Alright, guys, I hope you guys can hear me here. I hope you guys can hear me. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. I do apologize for the audio issues. I really hope you guys can hear me. Please tell me if the audio good. Please. I hope I hope it's working. Could you guys please let me know if it's working? It looks like it's working right now. Okay, perfect. I do apologize, guys. I don't know why. For some reason my audio was completely just turned off. So I do apologize for that. Let me save my thumbnail really quickly here. I have no idea why my audio was turned off. It was completely turned off for no reason. That scared me, guys. I was like, "Holy cow, please don't tell me my microphone broke." Whew, that was scary. Gosh, that was a little scary. I'm like, "Come on, why is my microphone not working?" But alright, so basically what I said in my first stream before I realized that you guys couldn't hear me is that in this video I'm going to be streaming today's event here, which we do have in the bottom of the screen there, a slight risk here, which is extended all the way up into the upper Midwest there, including Iowa, Minnesota. And as well, we're going to be doing a discussion of what we can expect as well with Wednesday's event here. So I'll be kind of going on and off here between the actual current severe weather in the plains and then Wednesday, which is obviously going to be tomorrow. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. Alright, guys, but right now we're watching our second severe thunderstorm, the warning for this actual event here. So for those people who don't know, we are looking at the possibility for some decent severe weather today across the plains here. So I heard people said pivotal weather was down, and I pulled this up before the stream, so I don't want to refresh and it gets down here. So I hope pivotal weather's not down because I saw a lot of people in Discord saying this pivotal was down here. So let's go ahead and look at the severe weather potentially across portions of Nebraska. But there is a chance, obviously, for some really good amount of cap with this event here. So that's why we're not looking at a big enhanced or moderate risk like what the SCP and SCP are showing with the high supercell composer parameters and high significant tornado parameters here. And the reason why you guys see those high numbers, of course, I explained in my video, is because the models are showing, holy cow, look at these conditions, extreme amount of shear, really nice humidity levels, very nice temperatures, high CAPE, 3,000 joules plus per kilogram, yet we see only a slight risk, and that's because we're going to be seeing a lot of cap within this event here. So I'm actually not sure if pivotal weather is down or not, but let's actually wait for that to load right now. But we do actually have a pretty significant severe storm right now across areas like Oconto and near Eddyville, and it's actually bringing in pretty large hail, actually over an inch and a half here, getting nearly 2-inch size hail right now, just between Eddyville and Oconto, which is just to the west of, or sorry, just to the east of North Platte. A very significant storm here. I bet the severe thunderstorm warning is most likely because of the hail. Yes, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and as well $50 hail. And actually, I'm about to get my dinner here, so I'm probably gonna have to like go down and get my food real quick. Yes, southern Missouri is going to be getting some pretty good severe. Yeah, it looks like pivotal weather is down. It looks like it is. Looks like southern Missouri is going to get some pretty good severe weather tomorrow. We actually do have a slight risk for that region, just extended not too long ago, earlier today. And that's going to be including areas like the south central region, just north of Arkansas. So that's where we can possibly see some good severe weather in southern Missouri tomorrow. Alright, guys, but I just got some nice dinner right now. I actually got some Asian food. But yeah, I'm going to go in deeper depth. Cringe means I'm going to go in deeper depth with that Missouri and tomorrow's events later in the stream here. Like I did say, I'm going to be going back and forth. I'm going to be back and forth between the actual current severe weather, like GR2 analysts. And I'm also going to be back and forth between not only that, but talking about obviously Wednesday, even just kind of see Wednesday there looking pretty significant. But there's the latest HRRR model. So you see we are going to start seeing some storms blowing up mainly south central Nebraska, north central, and central Kansas, kind of where we're watching out for that severe weather for the next few hours here. But of course, we're going to get a very small corridor of severe weather. Cap right now is very high within the region here, so we're going to see some scatter storms and a few very scattered across the region. But actually, once we get in the next few hours, Cap will kind of limit, that could be as a result of the low pressure strength there. But yeah, if you guys like hear like an awkward silence, it's because I'm trying to eat my food, but I don't want you guys to hear me chewing, so I'm probably going to go on mute every few seconds because chewing on streams is pretty awkward. But yeah, of course, right now, we do have a pretty strong storm right now, which was previously severe warned when it was like near, just in the southern part of Eddyville, but not in the northern part of Eddyville. And of course, like I did say, today is not going to be a tornadic threat. It's going to be linear storms that can bring in some really nice hail, and that's exactly why we only have a 2% chance for tornadoes today. I mean, if you look at the models, without looking at the cap, looking at the very high SCP numbers, very nice temperatures and dew points, you probably think this is going to be a big outbreak. But because this is in April, because of the very high cap, this is going to be very limited to only a few hours of development here. But let's try to get the stream pretty active, guys. I would appreciate if we can get a pretty good amount of people on the stream here. And of course, I do think I am going to start streaming tomorrow as well. But we are really seeing some pretty significant hail with this severe thunderstorm here, which is in south central Nebraska to be exact. Going to start making its way towards Broken Bow, Berwyn, not too far from Ashley and Mason City there. So if you guys are in that region, you guys may start to feel the, the winds of the severe thunderstorm. But we're seeing some pretty broad rotation, nothing too crazy at the moment. But look at that hail size, pretty darn large, getting up to nearly 2-inch size hail at this moment here. So that's exactly why we have a 15% chance for hail. Like I did say, since we are seeing such favorable conditions, there are still some chances for some pretty strong severe thunderstorms. I mean, but they just won't be tornadic, or they won't be like supercells. Kind of like these linear storms, like we're seeing right now, with some pretty large hail just out of Oconto. Or, I guess you say Econo. I'm not sure. Could be Econo. But we're also seeing some small hail near Lexington. Or not small, but pretty significant hail near Lexington, which is just to the south. And over there, we are getting inch-sized hail. And we actually had a report there of some pretty strong winds. Let's actually look at that. So, 51 mile an hour wind gusts at the airport in Lexington, Nebraska. And we even got a gust of 56 miles an hour. So that's exactly what we're looking at. They're pretty significant thunderstorms that will bring in wind and hail. That's exactly what we've seen with our first main severe thunderstorm for today. So within one thunderstorm, the SPC kind of nails the actual threats. Thanks to Cap. Boy, this food's pretty good. Oh, we also got a severe thunderstorm warning now in Kansas. Alright. That's kind of where so now we're starting to get a little bit of activity here. So that's kind of exactly where we have the slide risk here so far. So it looks like the SPC has done pretty good within the first few minutes of this event. So let's actually now go towards Kansas really quickly here, because I wanted to take a look at that. So let's see what we're seeing in Kansas. Dang, I think I just forgot my alphabet. Holy cow! This is what I get for being on spring break. I completely forget the alphabet. All right, Kansas. So let's go to, let's see if there's a Salina one. And there's a Goodland. Let's see. Dodge City won't be good. Topeka may work right now. Wichita may work. Let's do Wichita. See if that works here. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the best one right now. Oh boy, that is a lot of hail. Oh yeah, we got some pretty strong storms right now already in Kansas. All right, things are gonna get pretty interesting already. We could even get a marginal there in Wisconsin. But yeah, this is definitely pretty significant for sure what we're seeing in Kansas. This is or this is kind of, I guess, central Kansas, you could say that. And we're seeing some pretty darn strong storms near Garfield, that's Sanford, Roselle, and even there as far north as La Crosse. And we're seeing some pretty widespread hail reports of over 2 or nearly 2 inches there. We got one there near Loretta, and we also got another report there of some pretty significant hail near Rosal. And we got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. This one was just issued here. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for central Rush and southeastern Ellis County. And at 6:43 Central Time, so basically 2 minutes ago, line of severe thunderstorms extended from Limonentia, sorry, actually, I completely read that wrong. Limenthal and to southwest of Rush Center, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Hazards pretty large, ping pong sized hail. That's pretty significant sized hail. So definitely looking at damage for any outside objects like cars. I would recommend you do park your cars if you're in a slight risk. Definitely recommend parking your car because we're already seeing 2-inch sized hail in. This event kind of just started a few minutes ago here, so keeping a very close eye on. So if you're thinking, oh, it's going to cap, there's not going to be anything, well, it's not going to be tornadic or actually outbreak, but we're still going to be seeing some pretty significant storms. Specifically in small areas, we're going to be seeing some lower cap. For example, what kind of western and central Kansas kind of be limited, is kind of be limited on the cap, and most of the cap's going to kind of be towards Oklahoma, Texas, and eastern Kansas, eastern Kansas, but western Kansas, not going to be seeing that. It's not going to be seeing like preventing severe thunderstorm cap. It's gonna see like maybe 70, maybe 40, which is actually not too bad at all. So that's kind of where we can have a little kind of little door frame or time period where some storms could possibly blow up, like we're seeing right now in Kansas, with some pretty large and significant hail getting nearly 2 inches in pretty widespread area. But yeah, this is definitely interesting that we already have 2 states that are under or have some type of severe thunderstorm warning here. And I hope the quality is good of this stream, guys, because with my Wi-Fi lately, it has been pretty bad. I've had to change my bit rate, I mean, so many times. So can you guys let me know how the quality of the stream is? I would love to know how good the quality is, whether you guys can read the names of the cities or not. Because for some reason, OBS, I guess, changed my my settings. Let me see if they changed my settings here. No, my settings are the same for my bit rate. So it should be good quality. I hope it is. There's a severe thunderstorm there in Wisconsin. I don't see any severe thunderstorms there. There's nothing pulling up on Wisconsin at the moment here. But right now we have 3 severe thunderstorms, 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. Alright, you guys can read the names. Perfect. You're saying there's something in Wisconsin. Maybe GR2 is a little slow today. Because I don't see anything for Wisconsin. I mean, I wouldn't rule out the possibility because they are under a marginal. But I figured that the severe weather won't get there till later. But now we just got over 2-inch size hail. So that is good. Or that's not good at all. I was thinking about my food. Yeah, my food's pretty good. This food's actually really good. But we're starting to get 2-inch size hail right now, just to the south of Rush Center, which is kind of where that severe thunderstorm was actually located. So kind of right in the base of that severe thunderstorm is kind of where we're having that 2-inch size hail. It's still not popping up for Wisconsin. Oh, it's expired? Okay. Why? I never saw one in the first place. But guys, for those who are just joining the stream, we are going to be tracking today's severe weather, and as well having a small discussion I'd say every maybe 15 minutes there, depending on how active the severe weather is currently, current time. So we're going to be talking about tomorrow's event as well, and we're also going to be tracking today's event. So it's kind of be, I guess, a discussion and live tracking, which is kind of what the title has. So if you guys have any questions for Wednesday, I will answer that whenever I get to Wednesday, so don't worry, I'm not going to completely avoid the subject there, because I will be discussing Wednesday, kind of when things quiet down a little bit within the severe weather, or whenever it's a good time. But still, we have some pretty darn significant hail there. 2.17 inch sized hail. Just to the south of Rush Center, which is in central Kansas. Also, some pretty significant hail near Sanford, Roselle, and as well even up to the north near Loretta. Red Sid Trucking said, I'm traveling I-10, leaving Houston now on my way to Florida. Oh, that's going to be a very long drive. Oh, yeah. That would be a long drive. Stay safe. But yeah, we're going to definitely discuss tomorrow's event, not too long from now. But look at these storms, guys. These are some nasty storms right now. These are definitely nasty storms. The good things about today is that they won't be tornadic, but they still will bring in some really significant hail and winds. So the good thing is it's not going to be tornadic. The bad thing is it's still going to bring in some damaging hail for areas like for something like cars, or obviously it's going to be dangerous for anybody outside, because we're still seeing, as you see, almost 2 inch size hail, 1.9. So it's still going to be pretty significant, the event itself, within these severe thunderstorms. But obviously, first of all, it won't be an outbreak, and second of all, we won't see any tornadoes at all today, which is going to be very good. Tomorrow on the other side will be a different story. We will have some scattered tornadoes possible tomorrow, but still won't be an outbreak. Red shit, there shouldn't be any storms within the area that you're heading in, so you should be fine. But if any of that changes, I will let you know. At least you can come on, I'll let you know. Shannon, you have to download like a software or like an app. Like I'm using for my videos I use Bandicam, but for my streams I use Streamlabs OBS. Basically, you just download that on your computer or whatever, and it completely just screen records your screen. Quartz Universe asked, will there be any possible tornado days next week? That is very far out to give you a pretty specific answer. I mean, there's definitely conditions there that could very well bring in some severe weather tomorrow, or not tomorrow, sorry, next week. Yeah, it's definitely tomorrow, but next week, that's a little bit still too far out to actually give you a great answer on that. What's up, Gabriella? How are you doing? Glad that you are you are joining the stream. You're welcome, Redshift. What's up, Harrison? How are you doing? But for those who are just joining the stream here, we are still going to be tracking not only tomorrow's possible event, or not possible, but potential significant events here for portions of Western Dixie Alley and even portions of the Ozarks here. We'll be talking about that shortly, but right now I want to keep focusing, at least for the moment, for the next few minutes, on the severe thunderstorms that we are seeing currently in central Kansas, because they are pretty significant hail-wise and even bringing in some significant wind gusts. I mean, we do have a threat for 60-mile-an-hour gusts and ping-pong-sized hail, so definitely pretty significant. What's up, FSR News? How are you doing today? What's up, Winter Queen? How are you doing? Alright, thank you for the subscriber here. So whoever just joined, whoever just subscribed, I really appreciate that, guys. But there's these really strong thunderstorms right here. Kind of all in like a linear status. Kind of like a tilted snowman. That was a really weird nose. I shouldn't have do that. that was pretty cringy. What's up, Lily? How are you doing? What's up, Dave? It looks like everybody's joining now. But for those who are just joining in, it looks like a lot are. We are tracking today's event, and as well, we'll be discussing tomorrow's event. So it's kind of be a severe weather tracking and discussion somewhat. I'll be kind of going on and off, but right now, for the next few minutes, at least I'll be talking. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. So things are getting pretty active right now, specifically for the central Kansas region. So we're going to be on here for at least the next 15 minutes here, and then I'll be discussing about Wednesday, and then I'll go back to tracking. So it's going to kind of be on and off for the next few hours. What's your question, Dave? Missouri is going to get, actually, you guys are, southern Missouri specifically, you guys are under a slight risk for severe weather. Mainly the threats will be the hail and the winds here. I think the tornadic activity will definitely stay out of Missouri. Kind of towards the south of you, like Arkansas, your little neighbors down there. Mississippi, there, your neighbors as well. Those there to the south and east of you could possibly get some tornadic activity. So in southern Missouri specifically, where we have a slight risk, we're going to be seeing mainly a threat for hail and winds. It kind of like this specifically. Like this is exactly what could possibly happen in Missouri today. Or Missouri tomorrow. What we're seeing here, severe thunderstorms that bring in hail and winds, and that's it. Nothing tornadic. That's exactly what we're looking at for Missouri tomorrow. So if you're St. Louis, you're you're in the margin. You're right on the edge of the marginal, so you're not going to be seeing too shabby. You may have some few scattered, weaker, severe storms, but definitely nothing to worry about. I mean, you're kind of right on the edge of the marginal. What's up, Allison? How you guys doing? But like I said, nothing tornadic, at least for now, for Kansas or today's event. That's a pretty broad rotation, but of course, nothing that yells out rotation, or nothing that, or obviously there's rotation, but nothing that yells out tornadic activity. You're welcome, Stacy's mom. But let's go ahead and read the severe thunderstorm warning here. I have not read it yet. So we have a new severe thunderstorm, and it includes Russell County. So just Russell County. It looks like a pretty big county there, including Russell itself, Fairport, Waldo, Paradise, Luray, and Lucas. So if you guys know anybody there, just tell them. I'll tell them to at least take cover, because there is some pretty significant hail. So we recommend being outside in 1 to 2 inch sized hail, because that's definitely gonna leave at least a headache, and it could be deadly depending on, I guess, the hail size. But we're seeing some pretty strong storms though. It's 66 decibels, so not bad at all. Yeah, alright, so that severe thunderstorm got canceled in Nebraska. So it looks like we're going to be focusing on Kansas for the next few minutes here. Harrison, I don't think we get I don't think we're going to get enhanced risk tomorrow because of tornadoes. I think we will get enhanced risk for the winds tomorrow. So I think there's definitely an enhanced risk possible for tomorrow, specifically as they extend the slight risk more and more and more. Let me go ahead and show you what they have for tomorrow. Look at that. They just keep extending it here to the east, to the north, and to the south. So I think there's definitely a chance for an enhanced risk kind of right here, right, possibly even a little bit to the north of that. But I think there's an enhanced risk possibly between western Mississippi and the borders of Arkansas and Louisiana. But I don't think it's going to be because of tornadoes. I think it most likely be winds or hail. Great question. Let's go ahead and check a look at the ecotops here. So let's go, I think it's 3D. Let's do 3D. Look at these storms really high in the atmosphere. We're looking at, I'd say 45,000 feet on like the higher base, but kind of the base itself is around 35,000. So we're looking anywhere from 35,000 to 45,000. So not too shabby at all, especially for the first storms of today. I wonder if we can get to 7,600, or sorry, 5,780 subscribers by the end of the stream. Oops. I did not mean to put the pen there. That was not my intention. Shannon, severe weather from Michigan. Yeah, that's just a general risk there. Yeah, definitely not bad ecotops for sure. Not bad at all. Definitely is decent numbers there. Let's just say that. Decent. But of course, guys, I would recommend you guys share the stream to family, friends, anybody you guys know, so we can get as many people on the stream, and that will help the algorithm to, I guess, recommend the stream towards people. So let's try to do that so we can inform not only people, your loved ones, but even inform other people. Definitely some pretty strong storms within a very small area. So if you guys within Russell, I'd say Great Bend, you guys are going to definitely keep a close eye on the next few minutes here. These are some pretty fast-moving severe thunderstorms, so it should be within your area pretty soon. So, Gladia, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Gorham, Russell, you guys are about to get hit pretty significant by this little cell right here, which actually, let's read this number here. Let's actually see the hail report. Getting just under, let's actually look at the official report, getting just over half an inch. So if you are near Gorham, you guys are expecting at the moment some pretty decent sized hail, just over half an inch, and that's going to make its way towards Russell, which is exactly where we have that new severe thunderstorm warning. And still seeing some pretty significant hail near Rush Center, about 2 inches, and getting up to around an inch, 1.1 inches, 1.1 inch size hail near Rosol and Sanford. So if you guys live within this region, you guys are expecting some pretty significant hail. And wow, we're getting a really strong storm here, 69.5 decibels. Nearly 2 inch size hail. Look at that. Nearly 2 inch size hail, 1.96. I mean, that is a really strong severe thunderstorm right there. Look at that. And we got latest reading now, 2.02 inches. Wow, that is some really significant hail. That is a really strong storm, getting nearly 70 decibels. Not bad at all. We just got what Inside Tail report right downtown Rush Center. And we now got a new severe thunderstorm near Nebraska. So yeah, kind of really watching those two states, Nebraska and Kansas. Let's see here. Yeah, it's looking to bring some pretty significant damage for those like doors, vehicles, wind damage to roof sidings and trees. So yeah, that's gonna definitely leave a dent in some vehicles. Yeah, some really significant hail. The the decibels is basically, I guess, it's kind of rating the precipitation. I guess how heavy the precipitation is. That's the best way to put it there. So basically, the higher the numbers, basically, the more intense the severe thunderstorm is. So we're still seeing 2-inch size hail with this Rush Center storm. Of course, we are seeing a 100% chance or 96.8 chance for significant hail, and we're definitely seeing it. Look at that, 2-inch size hail. Very broad rotation again. I wouldn't stress it. I mean, look at that really intense storm though. Let's see how heavy this precipitation is. I mean, let's look at this like really quickly. So it's kind of right downtown Russia. It's kind of where we're seeing the really heavy rain, the storm. There, actually, that was really bad. I should have. Let's go throughout this whole right here. All right, so yeah, the heaviest rain's kind of at 15,000 feet right there. Looking at the base velocity again, very broad rotation. Yeah, that's kind of the basics there. 15,000 feet there is kind of where we're seeing the heaviest precipitation. Still seeing the nearly 70 decibels. Still seeing. Let's actually go see. Look at that. Some really significant hail. It's now gone up to. Oops, I don't want to do that. It's now, the hail report is now 1.94, so it's still kind of within that 2-inch that 2-inch range. We now got a new severe thunderstorm border, or a severe thunderstorm warning right on the border between Kansas and Nebraska. So it's kind of, let's go look at that. Yeah, it's pretty far out of the radar site, so we're gonna have to take a look at oops, that was a pretty big voice crack. We're about to look at the Lincoln radar site to look at that storm, but I'm going to keep a close eye on these storms right now because this is some pretty significant hail for sure. It's still around 2 inches. So that's still pretty large sized hail. It's basically 2 inches, 1.94, so it's basically within 2 inches. And that's kind of right near Rush Center, getting some pretty significant hail. Now near Timken and just about to go near Bison. If you guys near Bison, you guys are about to get some pretty significant hail if this storm holds. Same thing near Sanford. You guys are pretty stable at around just over half an inch sized hail with an inch right underneath you guys. So if you're in the southern portion of Sanford, you guys are definitely getting hit pretty hard by some with some pretty nice amount of hail. And I know I mentioned Wednesday. I will be talking about tomorrow/Wednesday's event later in the stream, guys. I won't forget about it. I still want to kind of cover the current storm, of course, or the current severe weather for today. I will find a time frame when I'll talk about it, and I'm not just going to talk about it once. I'll be talking about it throughout the whole stream. Specific times in the stream more than once. Alright, so now our latest decibel readings at 69.0. So we're kind of right at 69 decibels. So still a pretty strong storm. We just got the, of course, severe thunderstorm warning there for the border of Nebraska and Kansas. And we're still seeing, in general, some pretty intense storms in central Kansas. That's kind of the trend right now. What's up, Marina? How you doing? And, of course, if you have not already done so, smash that like button, of course. And if you want to support the stream even more, use that super chat button to support the stream by donating. Of course, that'll all go towards weather equipment within the future. So that would obviously really help if you guys did that. Yep, you're in Ohio, so you are completely safe from the severe weather, at least for this month. Maine June's going to be very interesting for the Ohio Valley and Midwest. So that's going to be a topic within the next month or so. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new. Let's take a look at that severe thunderstorm warning there, towards the north. It won't hurt to look at that. So let's go to Nebraska down there in the alphabet. I think Omaha may be the best bet. Omaha's gonna definitely be the best bet, I guess. Even though it's still not that close from it, it's gonna be our best bet, cause they don't have a Selena one. I wish they did. I mean, yeah, it's just so very. It's so like it's in the worst place. It's in the worst place. Oh, Hastings right there, I guess. Hastings, there we go. That's a good one. There we go. That's a really good one. Alright, so that's a pretty intense storm there. That's a pretty large, that's definitely a pretty intense storm. Obviously, we got a pretty intense storm here in upper Nebraska as well, in the south central portion. We're getting some pretty large hail reports, up to around 1.5 inches just to the south of Summer. Eddyville has been pretty hit hard for the past few minutes here. And this is actually not too bad of a radar site. It can give us a pretty good view of these ones down here in Kansas. So this is not the worst radar site. Of course, I think tornadic. This is going to be mainly straight line winds, which is why we're having severe thunderstorm warnings for these gusty winds of over 60 miles an hour. I say nothing crazy in correlation go fish tail with this. But yeah, we're getting hail reports of around, let's see, I'd say around 1/2 inch or so. Yeah, just around 0.7. So it's kind of right between 1/2 inch and 1 inch. But this is a pretty intense storm though, for sure. It's got let's take a look at the echo toss on the storm itself. Let's go 3D really quickly here, and it's up to around 35,000. You kind of see very nice base here. It's just under 40,000, so I'd say it's around at 35, maybe 36,000 echo tops, which is not bad at all. And decibels are actually in the 60s, in the mid 60s. And then down here we got a decibel reading up to 67, so that's actually not bad at all as well. All right, Emma, we will see you later. Again, straight line winds here. It's going to be pounding these areas, which is exactly why we have a warning. Nope, I cannot afford WSV3 just yet. This is a GR2 analyst. I mean, WSV3 is so expensive. I think it's a monthly or yearly payment. So this severe thunderstorm warning we are looking at right now includes northwestern Smith, which is in central Kansas, or kind of north central Kansas, southeastern Franklin County, which is in south central Nebraska, and southwestern Webster County in south central Nebraska. So it's basically right on the border, of course. So it includes areas like Riverton down there near Franklin, very rural area up here in northern Nebraska near Ethel, Smith Center, and Kingston. So if you know anybody just to the north of that, there's a pretty intense storm just about to cross the border of Kansas that does have very little, at least the latest run does show actually no hail with this storm at all, but the biggest threat will be the winds here. Let's actually check the actual description here. Look at that. 60 mile wind gust and quarter size hail. So we're on the lower side of hail, but the winds are definitely going to be the most significant part of this severe thunderstorm, which is why we're not seeing any hail reports or we did earlier, up to around just under or just over half an inch. And that's why you got a pretty significant storm here towards the north of this event, towards Eddyville and Summer, where we actually have some pretty significant hail, just over an inch or so, and that's going to kind of just be towards the south of Summer and just north of Lexington, which is where we got up to over just nearly 3/4 of an inch not too long ago when we first started the stream. Holy cow, it's already been 40 minutes and the stream started. That's pretty impressive. But of course, we're still watching down here where we do have at least our highest decibel readings and some pretty broad rotation within the area, especially according to the Wichita radar site. We actually had some pretty broad rotation. I think alarming, but I'm in 9th grade. I'm about to go to 10th grade, so I'm a youngster for sure. Boy, my computer's really heating up right now. I don't know if I don't think you guys can hear it or not, but it's cranking. But yeah, we're also, oh yeah, there we go. Another severe thunderstorm. I was about to say this one should be severe warned right before it just loaded. Oh, yeah, so new severe thunderstorm warning. So these warnings are blowing up now. So this includes southeastern Smith County in north central Kansas, and as well northwestern Osborne County in north central Kansas. So we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. And this one over here, we actually have inch-size hail getting up to just over an inch there, 1.07. Again, straight line winds, nothing tornadic, but still a pretty significant severe thunderstorm. And that's going to go into areas like Osborne, Bloomington, Alton, Portis, Harlan, Gaylord. If you guys are in any of those areas, you guys are under that severe thunderstorm, which was just issued not too long ago. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 severe thunderstorm warnings so far, which is definitely not too shabby at all. That's definitely, they're definitely rolling in right now. But look at this storm right here in Summer. That one's definitely pretty significant. Getting decibel readings of in the high 60s. Yes, I know, Direct Weather. I actually talked to him on Discord. This one also has some pretty broad rotation, but of course, nothing crazy. It's very, very broad, with those winds going toward and against the radar, or the radar site. But yeah, if you're near Osborne, Portis, I would recommend you guys do take shelter, not because of a tornado, but because there's definitely some nice hail there, up to just over an inch there. So I would not recommend being outside, specifically driving. So I would not recommend that, because obviously the windshield and all that damage to the car. Some cars are just bound to get hail damage, depending on what model. I'm not a car guy, so I can't tell you which cars are going to get affected more by hail. That I can't tell you. But you can kind of see a little trend here of all these lines, this whole linear line of storms. Alright, I'll see you later, Emma. Hopefully you can join later in the stream here. So I'm going to start talking about Wednesday very soon here. So if you guys have anybody, friend-wise, that you guys know wants to know about Wednesday, whether it affects them or not, I will go ahead and share the link of the stream, because I'm going to be talking about it very, very soon here. So I'm going to kind of look at these severe thunderstorm warnings here to see if there's any increasing hail. And then I will obviously go into discuss into tomorrow's event, where we have a pretty large slight risk, potential even enhanced risk is likely, in my opinion. And of course, be looking at the latest HRRR and even NAM model runs here. Actually, I'm going to have to go with the NAM on this one. Hopefully I'm still streaming when the D0Z comes out, because that's obviously going 48 hours out. So here's a little sneak peek of what we're looking at for tomorrow. So this is 7 o'clock tomorrow. So I'd say I might stream tomorrow, maybe between 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern time. But definitely be seeing for some scattered supercells across this area here. Missouri, maybe far southern Missouri there. Portions of the border between Arkansas and Mississippi there. Even western Tennessee. So these areas are going to be keeping a very close eye on. Then it become one large QLCS to bring some pretty significant winds once we get towards the overnight hour, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Some pretty significant straight line winds here. This won't be a big threat. This won't be any supercells or anything like that because at that point the Cape will be very low helicity, and some higher cap. Alright guys, so for those who are just joining in, this stream's going to be mainly covering today's events, but obviously we are going to be discussing throughout the stream tomorrow's events, and who knows, maybe even Thursday as well. We do actually have a pretty widespread marginal risk on Thursday. I think there's definitely a chance for a there's definitely a chance for a slight risk within this region here near the southern Mississippi, portion of Alabama. I think there's definitely a chance for a slight risk there. So keeping a very close eye on that for Thursday. Yeah, this event's definitely not going to be bad tornadic activity-wise, but we're still going to be seeing some scattered storms that could bring in some significant hail, like we saw not too long ago with this one bringing up to 2-inch size hail. So there's still going to be some scattered supercells or scattered severe thunderstorms, not exactly supercells, but look at this one right here, bringing up to almost an inch, 1 inch and a half, 1.4 basically, up there in south central Nebraska. We also got a pretty significant storm here. I can't tell if that's a hook echo developing. Very broad rotation there, but this one could also be, I think this one will be warned. This is going to be warned very soon. Severe thunderstorm warned because of the hail and most likely the winds as well. Look at that hail. Getting here, let's read this reading here, see what the hail reading is there. 1.4, that's our largest hail so far. Now the second is 1.38, so we're still seeing some two strong severe thunderstorms there in south central Nebraska. One's near Ansley and one's near Summer. So that's exactly where we're going to be watching out for some severe weather. But this one is definitely going to be warned very, very soon here. I know it will because of the hail. If this hail keeps up, and who knows, there's probably some pretty significant winds because you can see mainly this is going to be straight line winds. Thank you for whoever just subscribed. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully we can get to 5,770 within the next few minutes here. That would be awesome. But my goal is maybe to get as high as 7 to 80. That would be awesome if we could do that. But this one's definitely possibly going to be warned here from near Ansley, Berwyn, Westerville, and south central Nebraska. I would definitely keep a close eye on this because even though it's not warned, there's pretty good readings of over 65 decibels and still seeing inch-sized hail here. Just over an inch near south of Ansley, and even the other widespread area closer to Berwyn, where we're seeing just over a half-inch sized hail. Thank you, FZN Blaze. I really, really appreciate the subscription. I really appreciate it a lot. And we got another large. Alright, so we're going to go back to Kansas here. We got another large severe thunderstorm warning there in Kansas. Let's go to Wichita, Kansas. You guys are all the way up there. Wichita, where are you? There we go. So we're going to go all the way to Wichita, and let's look at the severe thunderstorm here. I don't think this is the one I looked at. I don't think this is the one I looked at at all. Let's go to, is it Goodland? No, that's definitely not the one we want to look at. So yeah, I think it was Wichita. There it is. It's this one. It's this Wichita. There we go. I was looking at the wrong Wichita. There we go. This is the one I was using before. There we go. This is the severe thunderstorm. There we go. Actually, it's pretty consistent at an inch-sized hail here. So this large severe thunderstorm includes, includes Russell County and Barton County. And the threat is 60 mile-an-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. So still a little bit on the lower side for hail so far. We've seen ping-pong-sized hail. And we've actually seen over 2.2 inch sized hail, but that was kind of right before I streamed here. But look at this really pretty intense storm down here near Garfield, Sanford. You guys are seeing the pretty highest numbers of over 68 decibels. So really heavy precipitation, pretty intense severe thunderstorm, and getting, of course, up to 1.74 inch size hail. So definitely not shabby whatsoever. Base velocity, we're seeing some very slight amount of rotation. It's pretty broad within this whole circle here. It's kind of where we're seeing that very broad rotation. Nothing tornadic really. Again, we only have a 2% chance for tornadoes today. So we still have a chance for tornadoes. 2% chance is still a chance. So that's still obviously a chance. You never want to have a chance, but I wouldn't rule out the possibility if we have like maybe one tornado today. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I guess 100%, but there's still a chance for like maybe one tornado today, and that's most likely to be a little bit later in the event once we get, I guess, more favorable conditions. But the rotation here is not bad, but it's also not good. It's pretty broad in general. Nothing concerning whatsoever. We actually have some pretty broad rotation up here as well near Otis and Bison. So, but this is definitely the most intense severe thunderstorm we have so far all out of this large cluster in south central Kansas, or central Kansas there. Not too far north of Dodge City here, so even near southwestern Kansas. But boy, Kansas is a pretty large state for sure. But yeah, this whole severe thunderstorm right here, including Durant, Great Bend, Heiser, Odin. If you guys are in that region, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and it's gonna kind of be this whole cluster right here. So they're gonna be fast moving, but it's gonna bring some really heavy rain because a whole cluster is gonna be making your way, meaning some kind of small severe thunderstorms kind of bases right here. So those will make their way towards the east very soon, including this whole area where we have that severe thunderstorm, which is very, very large. But again, nothing tornadic just yet. What's up, Sophie? How are you doing? I'm glad you joined the stream here. So we got another one here. Yep, that's what I was talking about. There we go. The Ansley one got severe warns. It's about time it got warns. Let's go actually see the latest update there, because that one looked pretty intense there near Nebraska. So we're going to make our way to Nebraska very quickly here. Going to Hastings, I believe that's what we were looking at. But yeah, that one near Ansley was definitely pretty intense. I'm surprised it was not warned when I said it was, or what it should have been. Yeah, that's really intense. But look at one down here near Summer. That's also very intense. Nearly 69 decibels. Look at that. 69 decibels right there. I think that's the one that near Summer. Yeah, that's definitely the one in Summer for sure, where we have that decibel reading. Very broad rotation where we have these severe thunderstorms, but look at the hail. I mean, holy cow. The hail here is not bad near Ansley, but it's really significant down here near Summer, up to 1.5 inches. So that's definitely pretty significant, but this storm in general near Ansley is very intense here. And we actually got 1.75 inch size hail in downtown Ansley. Let's actually read that report. So that was in Custer County, and a train spotter reported the hail not too long ago. Let's read the description though for this warning. It includes East Central Custer County in central Nebraska. So if you know anybody there, I would recommend they do take shelter as a result of this very extremely large hail. Because look at the description here. Golf ball sized hail. I mean, that's pretty large. And 60 mile-an-hour wind gust. So this was actually reported by a trained weather spotter there. So people and animals will be injured. So that's why I'm saying they should take shelter, because it's pretty large hail. And it could be deadly in some cases, but mainly going to just be cause some injuries. Because obviously we have a lot of fatalities per year because of hail. But obviously it's like 3-4 inch size hail that does that, not 2 inch size hail. But pretty significant hail in general though. Alright, Shannon, I will see you later. Thank you for stopping by. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm. Oh, I can't keep up with this. Holy cow. Holy cow. I don't think I can keep up with these warnings. I'm going to go back to Kansas really quickly, guys, because it looks like we have a whole cluster up there, or down there, Wichita. I mean, those are pretty big cluster of severe storms near Garfield. Holy cow, 2 inch size hail. 2.35 inch size hail. That's definitely our largest report of hail so far today. So if you are near Garfield, Larned, just out of Sanford, I would recommend you guys take shelter immediately, because that is some pretty significant hail. We're almost at 2.5-inch size hail just out of Sanford. Of course, 100% chance for significant hail. Obviously, that's just common sense. But holy cow, that's a really intense storm. So here's a severe thunderstorm warning here. So a severe thunderstorm warning includes eastern Pawnee County and south central Kansas and southeastern Rush County. A severe thunderstorm was located near Frizzle, moving northeast at 20 miles an hour. So it's a little bit on the slow side. 2-inch size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Radar indicated torrential rainfalls occurring with the storm. And that's exactly why we have such high decibel readings up to 68. Tornado possible. So there's even a tornado possible with the storm. So, like I said, there may be a ton of cap, but there's still a chance for like maybe 1 or 2 tornadoes today. And let's check best base velocity. Oh yeah, there's actually not too shabby of rotation. It's not shabby at all. Kind of right here is where we're watching here. So that's definitely not shabby. If it continues to tighten, I would definitely keep a close eye on that. So I'm going to stay in Kansas for a little bit here. I'll go back to Nebraska very soon. Yeah, Harrison, exactly. I mean, 2-inch size hail could very well be deadly in some cases, but in reality, it most likely kind of just cause some injuries. But this hail, 2.35-inch size hail, that is definitely on the high side. That's actually, it went down to 2.1, but that's still pretty significant. So that's kind of just the south of Sanford, between Sanford, Garfield, and Larned, I guess. What's up, Shane? I'm glad you're back. That's some really intense hail, though. Let's actually take a look at the echo tops in this storm here, because it definitely looks like it's pretty darn strong. See, I'm saying maybe 40,000 possibly. Oh yeah, it's well over 40,000. That's at maybe 40. The highest is like 45,000. So this got some really high echo tops, and it makes sense. 2.06. So we're kind of lowering down on the hail numbers, but still over 2 inches. Decibels are around 67, so still pretty significant precipitation rate. But look at these storms in general. I mean, look how high these echo tops are, right where these strong storms are. The highest is with the one we're looking at right now, just over 45,000 echo tops. Kind of showing you how high the cloud tops are. And it's kind of exactly what the HRR was showing. Let's go to Kansas really quickly. Actually, let's actually skip the Midwest a little bit and just go straight to Kansas. It's exactly what they were showing not too long ago. The HRR. See these linear storms kind of popping up here. It's exactly what they're showing here. It's almost the exact location. Look at that. Actually, let's go down. Yeah, basically very similar locations, but just a different time frame. But you can see in the next, getting towards the next few minutes, we're starting to see these storms kind of blowing up even across the, more across Nebraska down to Kansas here. It's kind of what we're seeing right now, but still pretty limited. But it's going to start making its way more towards the central half of Kansas there, and specifically the north central portion as well. And we're seeing like kind of central Kansas right now, but we're kind of lacking right now in north central Kansas. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on that region within the next few minutes, or not a few minutes, but I guess the next hour or so. Keeping a very close eye on that if the HRR is verified. Yeah, that's the size of tennis balls, and as a tennis player, I do confirm that it is about the size of that, and that's pretty large. Or I think a tennis ball is a little bit larger, but still. I mean, that rotation still, it's not bad. It's pretty broad. You can see that there's a decent amount of rotation. But yeah, let's go check the correlation coefficient. There's something small on debris, but I do think it's just because of the hail size, and obviously hail can cause debris, so nothing tornadic just yet. But this one's definitely it's definitely got my attention, that's for sure. But if you guys want to, I would recommend using that super chat button, guys, because that way you guys can donate to the stream and help me get better equipment there to the future. So if you guys want to, you guys can donate whatever amount you guys want to. Just be free to donate a cent, or I don't think a cent's an option, $1, whatever. As well, if you have not already subscribed, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Try to get to 5,765. That would be amazing. But I'm really watching right now this intense storm near south central Kansas that's actually bringing in pretty significant hail, just under 2 inches, and it's some pretty not tight, but it's pretty broad rotation, but it's a little bit more than broad. It's kind of decent rotation, I guess, to say the least. Decent. I mean, it's decent. Hey, we just got a subscriber, guy. That's amazing. Let's try to get to 66. Let's try to beat that 66. Let's try to do that. That would be awesome. But I mean, the rotations. It's obviously not tornadic or anything like that, but it's not bad. It's definitely decent rotation. The hail is still pretty significant, just around an inch, just over an inch and a half. So that the hail varies. It's reducing a lot, the size of the hail. We just hit the hour mark for the stream. A lot more to go. I'm hoping not to make this stream more than 5 hours. That's my goal. Because I think tomorrow's stream's going to be a lot longer, of course. So that latest severe thunderstorm there near Bison, Russell Center, or Rush Center has been canceled. But we still have these very large amounts of severe thunderstorms there in the Russell area, Huntington area, or Huntington County, or I can't say that. Huntington, Nebraska. Great Bend, you guys are still under those severe thunderstorm warnings there. We saw a pretty intense storm though, so based on the whole history of this track, it's probably going to go straight for Great Bend. Or I guess just in the north of Great Bend, this severe thunderstorm. So if you're between Great Bend and Huntington, I would recommend you guys keep a very close eye on this severe thunderstorm just to the southwest of you guys, because this has already brought over 2.3 inch size hail, and although it has lowered to below 2 inches, there's a very good chance it could very well increase back in hail size if it does gain strength. Decibel reading still around 65, so not shabby at all. But look at that inch-size hail reported not too long ago. But I mean, that rotation's not bad at all. I mean, that's definitely not bad at all. Keeping a very close eye on it. Obviously, I don't think it's gonna be tornadic, but it's something to keep a close eye on. But yeah, we got now. So another severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled in north central Kansas. We have not gotten any new warnings just yet in Nebraska. Still watching out for Kansas here. I'm planning to talk about Wednesday or tomorrow's event very soon here, because a lot of these warnings are getting canceled, and I kind of want to hurry up before any warnings get. I want to go ahead and talk about Wednesday, guys, very quickly. So first, let's go ahead and look at the composite reflectivity here for Wednesday. So for those who don't know, we do have a very large slight risk in effect for the areas of western Dixie Alley tomorrow and portions of the Ozarks. So as they have extended it, more people have been added into the slight risk. So instead of 7 million, 9 million people are under the severe weather risk. So, or under the slight risk specifically. That's including Memphis, Shreveport, Little Rock, Jackson, and Springfield. So some pretty large cities there. That's kind of why we have 9.3 million people in the slight risk. But they have, if for those people who have been keeping up with this day too, they have moved it more to the north into Missouri. They have moved it more to the north, more to the south into central Louisiana, and more towards the Alabama border, and more towards the Mississippi and Louisiana border right here. So they have definitely moved it quite a bit here. So that's what we have so far for tomorrow. We have a higher risk of tornadoes, including a 5% chance, and we also have a 15 non-hatch for wind and hail. So I think there is a chance for an enhanced risk tomorrow, but not for tornadoes. I don't think a 10% will be issued. I think it's going to either be a 30% for wind or hail. I think there's a better chance for the wind to be 30% chance though. But now that I showed you guys the background of what we have for tomorrow, why are we going between 64 and 65? I have no idea. I just keep seeing those numbers going up and down. But the overview here, we're gonna get up to in the next few hours here, getting at least it's 1 o'clock here, some scattered storms across Arkansas and Texas here. Nothing too shabby whatsoever, anything severe. But once you now get after 5 o'clock, that's when supercells will start to develop across eastern Arkansas specifically, and even as well to western Mississippi there. So you can kind of see western Mississippi there between 5 and 8 o'clock. Even 9 o'clock might be a little concerning for the western Mississippi area. So it's going to be a pretty large time frame, a lot larger of a time frame than today's. And then after 1 a.m., we'll kind of see some scattered severe storms all on one line here, most likely part of a huge squall line that's going to make its way in towards Alabama, Mississippi. And that's exactly why the slight risk has been extended for tomorrow. Let's go ahead and take a look at the severe weather threat here. Let's go and look at the supercell. Actually, first let's look at the surface-based CAPE. So let's go all the way up into, what is this, Wednesday 10 p.m. So we want to go kind of towards the afternoon hours. So into 4 o'clock, we're going to be seeing some pretty decent CAPE values actually, between 1,500 to 2,000 across portions of southwestern Dixie Alley. So there in northern Louisiana, we have around 1,700. There in Arkansas, we have 1,400 to possibly 1,800. And across western Mississippi, we have anywhere from 1,000 to possibly even 1,500 there. So that's going to be a pretty big threat there across portions of western Mississippi. And as we continue throughout at 8 o'clock, which is kind of the time frame for some pretty severe storms across this area, we are going to get up to 1,400 to possibly even 1,600 CAPE. So the CAPE's not going to be too shabby. Obviously, it's not going to be as high as today, but the cap also won't be that high tomorrow. So that's exactly why tomorrow could very well be enhanced instead of slight risk like today. Let's go ahead and take a look at these supercell composite parameters. So into now, let's go to 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow. We have a 16 across areas like northern Louisiana and portions of south central Arkansas. So we're going to have some very scattered areas where we have a good chance for supercells. And that's going to increase as we go towards the east tomorrow. And you're going to see that, there you go, up to 19 possibly across the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. So a pretty good chance for some supercells there. And that kind of die off as we go towards the east. Kind of after midnight is kind of when things are all gonna die off basically. So new day, completely different scenario there. Check now the significant tornado parameter, and as you see, it's around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We're gonna see some pretty good numbers here actually, up to a 7 across central Arkansas, even a 7 there near north central Louisiana. And it's actually going to continue, of course, be a trend as it goes towards southeastern Mississippi there, which is also newly extended to the slight risk, is near a 7.3. So a 7.3 out of 10 is definitely not shabby at all. That's definitely not bad at all. And consider that we also have some pretty widespread areas of over 5, even as far north as Missouri. So pretty widespread threat tomorrow, and that's obviously going to die off by after midnight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 0 to 1 kilometer helicity. How much helicity will be in the atmosphere tomorrow, and how much spin obviously will there be in the atmosphere. Well, it's going to be pretty good here, actually, anywhere from, so anything over 200, I guess, is pretty favorable for some severe weather development. And we're going to be seeing well over 200 across much of western Dixie Alley, specifically Arkansas, Missouri. But that does not mean we're going to be seeing the outbreak over there. It just means we're going to be seeing higher spin in the atmosphere over there. But there's obviously other factors that come in play there. But by 8 o'clock, we're going to see very well into the almost 300 across northern Louisiana, eastern Arkansas. That's going to continue now into areas like Mississippi, some scattered areas of over 250. 0 to 3 kilometers, a little bit higher in the atmosphere. By 7 o'clock, we're going to be seeing numbers of over 600 in southern Arkansas, and even some widespread over 650 there near western Mississippi there. So pretty favorable conditions. I'll go into deeper depth later in the stream here. I'm going to have to wait for this event to mostly finish off and this whole event right now. But I will go in a lot deeper depth throughout the stream here. Alright, I'll see you later, Myrna. What's up, weather today? How are you doing today? If you guys have not already done so, consider liking the stream and as well even subscribing to the channel. If you want to take a further step forward, if you guys want to use the super chat button and donate to the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. That'll all go towards equipment, better equipment for my channel in the future here. So if you haven't already done so, like so we can get a better, I guess, algorithm to I guess recommend this to more people so we can get more people informed. I'm glad this has been awesome. But yeah, right now, no new warnings have been issued here, so no new warnings yet, but still seeing a pretty intense storm near Larned and Sanford. And there's still some pretty decent rotations, so I'm going to definitely keep a close eye on that. Something small in debris ball. It's most likely hail. Let's confirm that. And yeah, it's definitely hail. It's kind of right where we're watching. Look at that. So right here is where we have a small debris ball. Very, very small. Or actually, it's completely gone now. But look, that was kind of right where that hail is. So it's most likely hail damage, if anything. What's up, Extreme Weather? How are you doing today? Awesome to see you on the stream. It's okay, Sophie. It's the thought that counts. But if anybody can and wants to use the super chat button, I will greatly appreciate it. And actually, I greatly recommend it because obviously that's all going to go towards weather equipment. I'm so glad you're enjoying the stream, Harrison. But we haven't seen any new warnings within the past few minutes here. We saw a huge kind of 5 to 10 minute span where we had a lot of warnings blowing up, but it looks like things have slowed down ever so slightly. But still seeing some pretty intense storms with some very decent amount of rotation near the just to the north of Garfield and to the into what is this, the east of Sanford, yeah, to the east of Sanford and to the west of Larned. But keeping a very close eye on this the storm right here. This one's definitely, I guess, the strongest and has the most potential for the future, as it does make its way very slowly, which is why we have a flooding threat with this. They have in the description that there's a chance for some flash flooding, and that's partly because not only the heavy precipitation, but how slow it's moving. Specifically between Garland and Sanford. I mean, it's been there for a while. You're so welcome, Sophie. Yeah, rotation definitely looks a lot better. It's definitely a lot better. Obviously, nothing tornadic at the moment, but it's definitely a lot better. I mean, it's still broad in general. It's still pretty broad. With a pretty large area, some slight amount of rotation here. So far, nothing crazy debris ball wise. But right now it's pretty slow. Also seeing some decent hail near Otis. Some scattered areas of over an inch. Or sorry, not over an inch. Sorry, over half an inch. Also some slight rotation here near between Otis and Gladia. As well, watching that area. So there's very small areas. There's some slight rotation, very broad, but still, this one's definitely the main area though. It's to the south of Sanford. Right here, watching out for some decent rotation. But yeah, for those who are just joining in the stream, guys, we are continuing to track right now the severe weather right now in the central plains where we do have a slight recent effect, which if you guys want to know where that is, it's right here in the bottom of your screen. And as well, we'll be discussing I just discussed a few minutes ago, but I'll be discussing later on the stream the potential for some severe weather tomorrow, and even more significant severe weather. Definitely a lot more significant than today, because today is not going to be that crazy. It's going to be mainly wind and hail, but tomorrow has a threat for some tornadoes, a higher threat of 5% chance, and there's a chance for even enhanced threats to possibly be issued here. So tomorrow I will be streaming as well. So if you haven't already done so, subscribe so you guys can get notified when I stream tomorrow. And of course, subscribe if you guys want to get daily content. But still watching out for some severe weather right now near Larned. And now I'm going to get a little bit closer near Pawnee Rock. But yeah, I think things will start to get a little bit more intense, at least, I guess in the next few minutes. I guess in the next hour or so, things can get a little bit more intense. Thank you so much, Sophie. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that I'm the best here. I mean, obviously I try my hardest to get information out to you guys. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm the best. At least in your, I guess more toward your perspective. Because some people feel the exact opposite, but obviously that's normal. Hail size so pretty good, over 1.5 inches here, just to the south of, just to the east. Just to the east of Sanford, just to the west of Larne. So it's kind of more in a rural area between these two towns, or these two cities here. So thankfully, it's going to most likely kind of be more rural areas, so not as larger population. But look at that hail. Look at that report. 2.5 inch sized hail, which was reported in Pawnee, Kansas. That's actually, it was reported in Frizzle, but it was reported in Pawnee County, and it was a public source. That's some pretty large hail, 2.5 inch sized hail. That is really significant, and it was actually public reported, so hopefully that person who reported it is not hurt. That severe thunderstorm there in Nebraska has also been canceled. We have not gotten a new one in a while, actually. It's been a little bit. It's been a minute. What's up, Cringe Memes, and glad you're back. But I hope everybody's doing pretty good. But wow, that's some pretty significant hail there. 2.5. Not bad at all. Another severe thunderstorm warning got canceled. That one included Waldo, Luray, Paradise, and Fairport. So you guys know those areas are outside the severe thunderstorm warning now. But 2.5 is pretty significant. Our largest report so far today. I thought 2.3 was bad earlier today, but 2.5 is so far the largest hail report so far today. Let's check a look at the total report so far today for hail. 10 so far. 10 hail reports so far today. Let's look at that. Ooh, that's yesterday's reports. Let's go to today. So far we've gotten 10 hail reports. Not bad whatsoever. Let's look at the whole. Let's see, we have a pretty large area as well for severe thunderstorm watches. So we have severe thunderstorm watches across south central and as well as central Kansas. So it's kind of for these two areas where we have the slight risk today. Compare it, we have a lot of areas that are Nebraska specifically that are under the margin and under those severe thunderstorm watches. Should I look at the rotation though? Yeah, it's getting pretty interesting, this rotation here. And we just jumped up 3 subscribers, guys. That's awesome. I agree. I hope nobody was hearing the hail because it said public reported, and that's 2.5. So that means obviously someone had to see it, hopefully from a building, but hopefully they weren't outside and they got hit, because 2.5 is about maybe a tennis ball. So that's really significant hail, and we just got a new. Oh no, never mind. We didn't get a new severe thunderstorm warning. It shrunk. They shrunk the warning here, but it still includes Larn. Let's actually read this new description though. So they still have, let's see, they still have tornado possible, 2-inch size hail hazard, 60 miles an hour. And they have torrential rainfalls occurring with the storm and may lead to flash flooding. So see, they're including the flash flooding threat because the storm is only moving to the north, I believe. I think 20 miles an hour last time I checked. It's moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. So that's a big time flooding threats. That is definitely some significant hail, though, for sure. So the hail dose definitely decreasing. Now only around an inch and around 1.3. That's still pretty large. But no new warnings just yet. We've had like 3 canceled within the past few minutes here. So it looks like they're slowing down ever so slightly, but they should have ramped up a little bit more. But like I said, there's going to be some little waves of activity, not because the amount of cap in some areas. I think pivotal weather's down, or it was down. Not anymore. It wasn't down, or it was down. I think pivotal weather was down for a few minutes last time I checked, but now it looks like it's back up. So when I keep mentioning the cap, there's still gonna be some areas like of over 300 cap, but there's also gonna be some smaller areas where we have zero cap. So it's gonna kind of be very limited within regions depending where you are in the state and where you are located. There's gonna be favorable conditions for severe weather. If like you're 10 miles east, but just to the west, there's very, very heavy cap. So the cap's going to be kind of very, I guess, limited across this region. I think we should probably go towards central U.S. That's better. There we go. So you can kind of compare this to the slight risk here. It's going to be very easy to keep a close eye on that. So see the slight risk is right here. And it also includes Minnesota, so we're not done with the event yet. We obviously got Iowa, Nebraska, still South Dakota, Minnesota, those areas there. We still have that for tonight's here. So this event's not over yet. But you can kind of see we're going to be seeing some pretty nice amount of cap, specifically, like I said early in the stream, across eastern Kansas right now. So that's kind of where we have the slight risk. And you're probably thinking, why is the highest cap in the area where we have the highest risk? Well, that's because things are going to get a little bit better. Later on, you see the small little time frame right here of areas of over of between 40 and 80. So obviously 40 and 80, it's not bad at all. That's actually there's still a really good chance for severe weather development between those numbers. But you don't want to have anything over 200 basically. Anything over 200 is basically going to prevent severe weather. If it's between 100 and 200, kind of I guess iffy. But there's going to be like a little time frame for the next hour or so of some very little cap within central Kansas and south central Nebraska. So that is going to possibly allow for some severe weather across Kansas. But of course, I doubt there's going to be any tornadoes specifically. But there's still maybe a chance for 1 or 2. So like I said, there's 1 or 2 tornadoes possible today. We still have 2%, but I still doubt we'll be seeing anything crazy. But we have seen some pretty decent. Look at that. That's some pretty decent rotation there near Larn. That's some pretty decent rotation. That's actually not bad whatsoever. So we got a small debris ball because of the hail. Yeah, there's definitely debris because of the hail. That's for sure. Because this is definitely not a tornado on the ground, and it's not even a tornado debris ball signature. It's just some slight debris. Man, it's starting to get hot in my room. Really hot in my room, actually. But of course, if you guys have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to the channel. As well, if you haven't already done so, like the stream. We're actually at 24 likes now. Let's try to get to 50 by the end of the stream. That would be amazing. I know it's kind of a very unexpected stream for some people. It's kind of why we're lower on the views today, but Plus, this event is not like that crazy, so I kind of expected this. What's up, Brandon? How are you doing today? Of course, guys, be sure to subscribe if you're new. If you guys want to, you guys can use the super chat button too, to donate to the stream. Obviously, if you guys want to donate to the stream, that could really help out with future equipment. But obviously, that's nothing. That's obviously optional. But look at that, we're seeing some very broad rotation within this Larn storm here in Nebraska, or sorry, Kansas, not Nebraska, Kansas. Still some decent hail though, getting around 1.3 basically. Dang, this subscriber number's going all over the place tonight. Holy cow, it has not been quiet at all. We go up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm doing very good, Brandon. Thank you for asking. But look at the hail. I mean, we just got a latest report of over just an inch-sized hail to the north of Larn. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Just north of Larn and Kansas. So we're still seeing some nice hail. Adrian, what time do you think the weather will be interesting in Missouri? I'm just curious if the weather will get severe in the morning or afternoon. So, alright, so Missouri here for tomorrow. So, you kind of start seeing the severe storms, depending where you are. I'm not really sure what part of the state you are in, but things can start getting severe by the morning hours. Possibly some gusty winds. I doubt seeing any hail. It's gonna mainly be some heavy rain, gusty winds, possibly by late tomorrow morning to the early afternoon hours across west and central Missouri. And then things are starting to get severe for the southeastern portion of the state by the overnight hours. So depending where you live. So if you're in central, northern, and even western Mississippi or western Missouri, it mainly be the early or late morning, early afternoon. Gusty winds, maybe some flash flooding. But if you're in southeastern Missouri, you actually are under that slight risk now, and you could possibly have some hail and some gusty winds with that to overnight. But there's that latest hail report there, over an inch just to the north of Larn. Latest report, 1.26. So still pretty large, but nothing compared to that 2.5 inch report we got not too long ago. Yeah, we definitely have some really gusty winds right here, though. That's for sure. So if you're near Springfield, alright, so near Springfield, so you're kind of towards the southwestern portion, so you're going to kind of start seeing that severe weather mainly in the early afternoon hours, like probably 1 to 2 o'clock, and it's going to most likely be more like a wind event, so you won't be seeing anything too crazy. You're right on the edge. Yeah, you're right on the edge of the slight risk. You're in the slight risk, but right on the edge. And that's obviously going to be for mainly the winds, I believe. So let's actually confirm that. Yeah, wind and hail, but I doubt you're going to be seeing any extreme hail, possibly pea-sized hail, but there's a chance for more hail towards the east of you, for sure. Hey, we're at 768. That's really a nice number, guys. Try to get to 770. That would be awesome, guys. So it looks like these warnings are starting to reduce in size now. Definitely decreasing as these storms are kind of staying within a certain range. No more warnings in Nebraska right now. So right now it's all Kansas, but very soon it will start to become Nebraska, possibly even Iowa. So let's actually take a look at the future radar here. So what the HPR is showing is, where is the there? Actually, no. Let's actually go towards is it north central? Yeah, north central. You can kind of see those storms mainly in Nebraska and Kansas for now, but we'll start to get some severe storms in Iowa. You can kind of see northern Iowa and northwestern Iowa after, or kind of a little bit after the Nebraska and Kansas activity. So we can start to see that activity in Iowa possibly within the next hour or so. But of course, that'll mainly be, I'd say, winds for sure. You're super welcome. You're super welcome, cringe. Memes. So I'm not really sure how long the stream's gonna be, guys, because obviously the ones at Iowa won't be too crazy. I mean, they're right on the edge of the slight risk here, obviously, mainly for the wins. If I show you guys right here. Oopsie, where's the one? Oh, I gotta get out of here first. There we go. So you can kind of see, if I go to the actual overview, cumulative outlook, it is going to be for wins. There you go. Winds and hail. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to stream. I may stream maybe for an additional 2 hours, maybe hour and a half. I'm not planning on streaming overnight, of course, because tomorrow's going to definitely be more significant. And I want to get some rest. I have no idea, Brandon. It's going up and down. We went from 768 to 762. Now it's 763. It may go back down or up. I have no idea. It's definitely interesting, though. I mean, I don't know how it's going up and down so fast. Do people just plan this? I have no idea. So you can kind of see, look at that. He just went up to 767. Look at that. So you got 1.25, 2.5, and 1 inch. So we're seeing a large area of some pretty significant hail with this storm here. So if you're near Pawnee Rock, you guys are going to start experiencing some really heavy rain and possible flash flooding because this storm right here is moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. 15 miles an hour. So some big time flooding threats possible, as we do already have that in the description for this warning here. Even if as well near Albert, Heiser, you guys are going to start getting some really heavy rain for at least, I'd say, for the next 45 minutes. Nope, so far no tornadoes have spun up today. And I think that'll stay the same here. I don't see any tornadoes today. Maybe one, but I doubt it. I wonder if they can do the same. I hope they can get to 770 because whatever they're doing here, it's going up and down. But let's hopefully they can go +3 and get to 770, guys. Can they do that? All right, so I guess now +4. +4 now. But yeah, I'm going to definitely stream tomorrow a little bit earlier. I'd say maybe 5 o'clock, maybe even 4:30. Because tomorrow's going to definitely be a more significant event. I would not rule out the possibility if it does go enhanced. For winds or hail, maybe even both. It just depends. You can kind of see by 4 o'clock, it's starting to get there. 5 o'clock, getting there. 6 o'clock, there. So I think anywhere between 4:30 and 5:15, I'll stream tomorrow. So be sure to put that in your alarms or whatever, or notifications. How many tornadoes do I think we can get tomorrow? I have no idea. I'd say anywhere from like maybe 3 to 5, 3 to 6. I don't see an extreme amount of tornadoes. I don't see a whole outbreak. Definitely not over 15. Holy cow, I went to 762. How is this happening? Can we please get +8, guys? Please. To 770. That would be awesome, guys. Honestly. My goal is to get to 6,000 subscribers before my 9th grade year is over. Which is May 20 something. So we have like over a month to get 6,000 subscribers. Which is around just under like what, 240, something like that, 240. So getting us to 770 will be a great help to that goal. Seeing some pretty broad rotation there, Beaver, in the edge of that warning there, or in the middle of that warning there. Some pretty decent rotation there, for sure. Near Beaver, kind of near Dorrance. So that's very interesting. You're going to keep a close eye on this right here. Let's see what we have on bit reflectivity. Yeah, we kind of have right there that storm. 761. Holy cow. We just dropped 9 subscribers. No, we just dropped 7 subscribers. I have no idea, Harrison. That's my question. But boy, there's some pretty intense storms. No warnings anymore yet in Nebraska. See that it's kind of dying off a little bit there in Nebraska, and that could be because of what we saw earlier in pivotal weather with that cat moving in the area. But I hope everybody's enjoying their day. What's up, weather team? How are you doing today? That profile picture you have used to be my old profile picture. So kind of, I thought my old self was talking to me in the group chat or on the chat at first. I was like, what? That profile picture does give me some memories when I had my old when I kind of had the OG channel in like 2018, 2019. I might have to join a little later since I have tutoring at 5:30. Well, that's fine. That's completely fine. Again, I'm not exactly sure when I want to stream tomorrow. It may be 4:45 or not 4:45, maybe 4:30, maybe 5:15. I have no idea. It really all depends on the models. But right now we have not yet to get any new severe thunderstorm warnings for the past, I'd say, 15 minutes or so. It's been very quiet warning-wise, but we still have one very large severe thunderstorm warning there. And these storms are moving very slowly, so I would not rule out the possibility if we do get a flash flood warning for a very small area. I actually feel like this area, because they're about to get hit by this whole cluster plus this one, which is moving 15 miles an hour to the northeast, and it's bringing really heavy rain. I mean, we have decibel readings of 63 or higher, or around 63. So that's still some pretty heavy precipitation rate. Again, we actually saw near 2.5 inch size hail with that storm down there near Garfield. That was pretty impressive. And that's the one heading towards Pawnee Rock and Washington, Great Bend. You guys are about to get hit by that storm there, but this is actually getting an interesting formation over here. Let's check the base velocity. We're getting some decent rotation down there. That is interesting. Probably these warnings dying off is because the hail is just rapidly just cut off. Look at that hail just rapidly cut off. We saw up to 2.5 inches there, and a lot just has cut off now to less than an inch, basically. Look, our highest total is 0.97. So that's a big reason towards the reasoning for these warnings just rapidly just delaying, or not delaying, sorry, canceling. That's a big reason there for sure. But yeah, if you're near Dorrance, if you're near Wilson, you got to get hit by some really significant rainfall for the next, at least next 15, 20 minutes here. Because again, these are really slow moving storms here, surprisingly. Yep, these are definitely, I mean, I wouldn't call it bad, but it's definitely some significant severe thunderstorms across some areas of Kansas. Definitely not a big event. And we got our first severe thunderstorm warning in a while. So we got our first actual severe thunderstorm warning for the past, I think, 20 minutes. So new warnings. So let's go ahead and check out now the new radar. Let's go to a new radar site, or a different radar site, and let's go to Nebraska, because Kansas won't work. Let's go down to Nebraska, guys. Let's go to Hastings, which is the closest radar site towards the severe thunderstorm warning here. And we saw one earlier at the very beginning, the first 30 minutes of the stream. We had a severe thunderstorm in this area, and now we got another one here. So for those who are just joining in, guys, we are watching some severe weather across portions of the border of Nebraska. It's got a decent structure to it. We, again, most likely just really very significant straight line winds there. I mean, we got some pretty decent hail, though, actually over nearly an inch and a half or so. So this is our first severe thunderstorm warning in quite a while, but we actually may get some more. Because look at these storms over here in Nebraska. These two little, almost identical shaped twins, I guess. Those are not shabby at all. Let's check out the hail. There's very little hail, though. There's actually around half an inch. Those are very intense, though. Those may get warned. I would not rule out the possibility if those get warned up here. Right here. This area may get warned. I'm not sure. Not confident in that statement, but there's a chance that can get warned in the future. Yep, it's been a while, Ryan. It sure has. But it looks like we can get some more warnings soon with these up here. These two sister severe thunderstorms. Look at that. Almost identical shaped. I mean, there's not extreme hail. I mean, there's about, I'd say, half an inch or so. But I bet you there's some really intense winds in that. And we're getting decibel readings of over 66. Not bad at all. Some really heavy precipitation there. But this one over here is as well pretty impressive. Inch-sized hail at this. I mean, it's got some pretty nice structure to it. We got a really nice base. But for those who are just joining in, guys, I would recommend you guys subscribe to the channel here. We are continuing to watch out for severe weather today. And all these two warnings here just got canceled. Now we have only one severe thunderstorm warning. That's impressive. We just had like 6 or 7 at once, and we now only have one. So we're kind of going towards a little downfall in the severe weather activity right now. But we do have a new warning here towards the border of Kansas and Nebraska. And there's a chance these over here in south central Nebraska may get warned as well. These two twins right here, these two twin cells. Yeah, those storms have gone to a significant weather advisory, yeah. Except this one up here. This one still remains, though. This one still down here remains, at least, let's actually take a look. Yeah, it's still there. But this one up here is really intense, though. So we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. We're at 142, so almost been streaming for 2 hours. Let's look at base velocity again. Straight line of winds is definitely the biggest threat with this storm here. A nearly 2-inch sized hail. Look at that. 1.8. Not shabby at all. 100% chance for significant hail. This is about to get near Espen, making its way near Burr Oak. And is it North Branch? I can't read that name. Let's see. North Branch. Yeah, North Branch. No, I don't think there's going to be any tornadoes in Kansas today. I don't just, the conditions, specifically with the high amount of cap, just not going to really be favorable for it. We have seen so far, though, last time I checked, let's look at the storm reports so far. Let's go to the reports. We actually have a Metasco discussion here. Let's read this. So let's see. The severe thunderstorm watch continued. Okay, it's just a severe thunderstorm watch, right? Nothing crazy, nothing new. That was 45 minutes ago. Okay, that's way old. So we have 12 hail reports. Not bad at all. So today is obviously the big hail day. Tomorrow is going to be hail and winds for sure, but there's even a better chance for some tornadoes. I think there's definitely going to be at least one tornado tomorrow. I don't think we're going to have one today, but I think there's a chance for more than one tornado tomorrow. Still got the severe thunderstorm down there near Larne and Pawnee Rock. These storms up here, they're still really intense near Pleasanton and near Sweetwater. Really intense and significant thunderstorms moving that area. Those those strong Australian winds for sure. Some really gusty winds. That's actually where the description for this. I have not read it yet. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised I forgot to read this description here. So we got severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Jewell County and east central Smith County, and looking at 60 minor wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. And this is moving a lot faster at 45 miles an hour. So shouldn't be seeing extreme flash flooding with this one. What's up, CSX68 Warren? How are you doing today? Right now, it's looking a lot less active than it was not too long ago. We saw up to we had 7 severe thunderstorm warnings at once. But it's kind of the climax has passed at least its first climax. So we're still expecting some more severe weather within the next few hours here. Not too far from now, we're gonna start getting some severe weather in Iowa and the upper Midwest. So keeping a close eye on that soon. This one's pretty intense though, near Espen, near Burr Rock as well. This is going to very soon make its way towards the Nebraska border. It's going to include Superior and Bostwick. So that's going to possibly make its way towards those regions very soon, as it is moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. So no trouble in speed for sure. As well, shouldn't be seeing any big flash flooding threats with that one. Although there is 68 decibels on that though. So still really heavy precipitation rate. But these over here are still pretty intense. Hails, let's see. Let's look at a report. Nearly an inch-sized hail, so that's 0.7, so not bad at all. Really intense though, for sure. If they conjoin, it may get warned that these two little cells conjoin. But of course, guys, if you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 5,770 subscribers by the end of the stream. And as well, if you haven't already done so, be sure to like the stream. As well, if you guys want to use the super chat button, I would really greatly appreciate it. It would help support the stream and the channel itself. Yeah, this is nothing compared to what we saw in March in general. Tomorrow is going to be more significant. It actually may get enhanced risk for sure. There's not a for sure chance, but there is a better chance for an enhanced risk. The slight risk continues to extend south, east, west, and north. This slight risk for tomorrow, so definitely there's some room for an enhanced risk to be issued. We now got 2-inch size hail with this one near Burr Rock, actually 2.06. That's some pretty significant hail there. So if you're near Burr Rock, I would recommend you guys do take shelter, because that is definitely some very large hail, and I would definitely not want to be outside during that. How large do I expect the hail to be near Salina? Once these storms make their way towards Salina, they're going to probably be a lot weaker than they have been for the past hour or so. So I think you can maybe expect pea-sized hail to possibly quarter-sized hail if there is hail in Salina itself. Let's check a look at the latest report of hail up here in this Nebraska storm. Now getting nearly 0.8, so it's continuing to increase here. So again, there's a chance that these can get warned up here, possibly towards Litchfield, Mason City, Loop City. Again, that's not guaranteed, but I would keep a close eye on those storms. We're about at the 2-hour mark. 10 more minutes, and we're about at the 2-hour mark. But yeah, we're still getting 2-inch size hail there near Burr Rock. 68.5 decibels on the storm here, so really intense. Let's go ahead and look at 3D. really high echo tops around 40,000 on the highest part. And we now got 2 warnings in Nebraska or in Kansas here, so I think I'm gonna switch out to Kansas right now, really quickly. Or we're still in Kansas, but central Kansas. Looking at the Wichita one, so let's go to Wichita, shall we? Let's go up to Kansas and Wichita. There we go. So we now got 2 warnings here, so warnings are coming back a little bit now. Oh, so Selene, not Selena, is said with an I instead of an E. Alright, so it's pretty good. This bull ratings here is 66.5. So this warning here is including Barton County in central Kansas. And looking at 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. No tornado possible, at least in the description here. Yeah, there's really no rotation there whatsoever, thankfully. But of course, for those who are just joining in, I would recommend liking the stream, of course, if you enjoyed it. And as well, hit that subscribe button. I'm not sure why we've gone down so much on subscribers. Not that it matters, but we've significantly dropped 9 subscribers. Yeah, JB, it's definitely pretty hard to explain. Just so. Well, I mean that's really hard name to pronounce. I guess that's pretty. I gotta look it up on Google at some point. I don't know why it's so hard for me to understand that. Dang, we are going down a lot of subscribers. Let's go ahead and look at Nebraska. Nothing there yet. Oh, we're getting 2-inch size hail near Pawnee. 2.08. That's some pretty significant hail. That's some pretty significant hail. Alright guys, we're still watching out this new severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued there near Great Bend. We actually have 2-inch sized hail with this storm up here near Pawnee Rock. 2.08. Selena. Selena. I can't tell. But yeah, this light risk goes all the way up to Iowa, Minnesota, guys. So we still have a pretty long night ahead of us. Not like tornado, of course, but like hail and some winds there. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream the whole event, guys, because of course we still got tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to definitely be a longer stream, for sure. Adrian, look. Look at what? What do you want me to look at? What are you joking about, Sophie? I'm not sure what you're talking about right now. Let's see. We still got 60. Oh, we got 16 hit reports right now. Agent, look at your subscribers. Are you playing with them? Alright, guys. We got even a new severe thunderstorm warning. A third one. This is severe thunderstorm warning for Lincoln County in central Kansas and northern Ellsworth County. So, 2 additional counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. Wait, that's you, Sophie? All those accounts? Moving north at 25 miles an hour. 70 minor wind gusts and quarter-size sail. So this is definitely a big-time wind event. This whole this whole cell right here near Southern Grove. 70 miles an hour. That's really gusty winds there. Why is the subscriber count so crazy tonight? Holy cow! It has not stopped moving. We were actually, believe it or not, at 768 once. We were at 768 at some point. That is weird. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? I swear, if I just find a age weather forecast leaked or like exposed video. Look at that, half inch or now nearly 0.8 inch size hail there near north of Wilson. Similar number there near Hitchman, and even as well actually an inch and a half there near Pawnee Rock. Dang, if it wasn't you, then I wonder how we lost 11 subscribers. Like, that's a very large number within the stream. But yeah, we're seeing some pretty intense storms right now in central Kansas for those who are just joining in. Great Bend. You guys are just outside the heaviest rain. So Pawnee Rock, Kaiser, Dundee, Albert, you guys are getting the heaviest rain right now. Seeing some very similar rainfall totals there, or similar precipitation rate with this rain near Vesper, Wilson, Sylvan Grove. Let's try to get over 760 again, guys. Over 760, that would be awesome. It's already 9:30 here. Not sure how much longer I'm going to stream, guys. I'm going to stream at least for an additional 40-ish minutes there. Because there's still going to be some storms up there in Iowa, of course. But I really want to save all my energy for tomorrow. Because tomorrow's still going to be more significant than today's. And we may even get an enhanced tomorrow. So let's go ahead and look at the HRRR here. Let's go ahead and look for tomorrow, of course. So tomorrow, we are going to see these storms popping off as early as, I'd say, 5 o'clock tomorrow, when these severe storms will kind of, I guess, become a threat for some pretty big storms there. And then by 7 o'clock, definitely going to be pretty significant across eastern Arkansas and north central Louisiana. And it's going to make its way towards western Mississippi by the overnight hours as far as 9 o'clock and even 10 o'clock. So pretty significant, for sure, pretty significant severe weather. And there's still a chance for some tornadoes. Let's go ahead and look at these significant tornado parameter. We're getting as high as 8, or as high as 7, there. 7.32 there in southwestern Mississippi. Even getting near a 7 there in northern Mississippi there. So kind of, I guess, the area to watch for tornadoes tomorrow, in my opinion, is going to kind of be these. Actually, let me do that. I'd say these areas. Have to watch out for some tornadoes tomorrow. maybe even a little bit down here. I'd say these areas tomorrow have to watch out for tornadoes. You can see some pretty good numbers there in Louisiana, Arkansas, and southeastern Mississippi. Helicity is going to be pretty good there, getting nearly over 200, even near 300 across some areas. So, really watch out for southeastern, much of eastern Arkansas in general, and some areas of western Mississippi there. So that's, I think, if anything, the enhanced risk. Let me actually zoom in so you guys can see it better. The enhanced risk, possibly there is one tomorrow, will most likely be issued for this area. And actually, I'm gonna put it a little bit more south. I'm gonna put it like kind of right down here. That's where I would put it in enhanced risk if I were the SBC. That's where I would put it in enhanced risk tomorrow. Let's go ahead and look at the pivotal weather here, see if there's actually any good numbers here. Let's see if there's any good soundings. So let's go to, so we're going to kind of look for Wednesday evening to Thursday. So let's go like to right here in northern Louisiana, see if there's any good soundings here. So let's see here. So this is, I believe, Wednesday evening here. So yeah, we got a marginal tornado threat, 858 Cape, not too good at all. It's actually pretty garbage. But we're seeing some Disucssion in the higher atmosphere, getting around 50 knots there. Lifted index is around -3, which is decent. That's a little bit below the average. And that's probably because the temperatures and the dew points are basically almost exactly the same there. But let's go a little bit more into, like, let's go to Arkansas, like eastern Arkansas, like I've been saying here. Eastern Arkansas tornado threat there. See a lot better numbers there. Look at the shear in the 3 kilometers, 40 knots there. Nearly 50 knots there, a little bit higher in the atmosphere. Higher Cape, over 1,000. -3 Cape. -3 cap. Lifted index still a -3 there, but look at that storm relative helicity. Storm relative helicity at 268. Very good number there. Critical angles at 72. You can kind of see we are seeing some decent amount of rotation or spin in the atmosphere. You got the going up and then to the right. So that's definitely a potential tornadic signature. See tornado threats there, getting up to 69 on the BRN shear. Not bad at all. So this is definitely a pretty good sounding for eastern Arkansas, like I did say. Let's go a little bit to the southern portion of Arkansas for tomorrow. Pretty good sounding there as well. 1,400 Cape. Tornado sounding. You can kind of see the rotation or the spin in the atmosphere going to the right there. So definitely a threat for tornadoes. Look at the 9 on the supercell composite parameter, 212 in the storm relative helicity. BRN shear at 65, precipitated water at 1.6. Thanks to the Gulf. So pretty good soundings for Arkansas for sure. We go later into now Wednesday, really late at night to Wednesday storms get towards Mississippi. Still going to be seeing some small tornado threats there. But it's going to be a lot less significant. Look at the storm relative helicity. It's only 100 now. Case only at 1,000. So I specifically say eastern Arkansas will definitely get the biggest threat for storms tomorrow, or tornadic storms tomorrow. And then the further north we go there, into Missouri there, it's going to be kind of more marginal threat, not anything too crazy. Look at the Cape, 580. So yeah, nothing crazy for Missouri. You guys are going to be mainly winds and hail, but I'd say the biggest threat for tornadoes tomorrow is going to definitely be these areas. I'd say right here. But some pretty good soundings, if you ask me. Let's go ahead and back to GR2 analyst, guys. And no new warnings today. We still have those 3 big warnings side by side as a result of these big storms here. Gonna definitely see some potential flooding threats though near Great Bend. This storm's moving very slowly at 15 miles an hour to the northeast, as well as some pretty significant hail getting around over and possibly even 2 inches near Pawnee Rock, and getting nearly as well just under an inch of hail near Lincoln, not Lincoln, Nebraska, but Lincoln, Kansas. Definitely some decent hail though towards Pawnee Rock. Great Bend. You guys are Definitely going to get hit very soon here. Specifically, Pawnee Rock's getting hit the hardest at the moment here. But Great Bend's about to get hit pretty hard. Dundee's about to get hit really hard as well. So, and of course, if you hadn't already done so, I would recommend subscribing to the channel. Of course, it would mean a lot to me if you guys did subscribe. No warnings just yet in Nebraska. We saw this one little cell near Burr Rock. I did not know that, Sophie, whatsoever. I did not know that at all. That was pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to post tomorrow, guys, because I am going to be streaming tomorrow, so I may post, I may not. Stay tuned for a video, though. If anything, it's going to probably come out in the it's probably going to come out in the late morning hours. Maybe like 11 o'clock, 11:30, hopefully. And I'm planning on streaming, guys, at most likely, I'd say 4:45, 4:50. I'm not exactly 100% sure when I'm going to start streaming tomorrow. Let's look at the base velocity. Nothing crazy on rotation. There's some very small spots of broad rotation. Very broad areas of rotation. Thank you, SBC, for the update there. So it looks like the Stafford, Kansas one is no longer has the tornado possible on the description from the National Weather Service. That's awesome. Nice bird. But of course we have a marginal for day 3. I don't think I need the South Central right now. That's a nice name. Blue, I like that name. Look at the National Weather Service. So of course we do have a large area of severe thunderstorm watches stretching from central Kansas to central Nebraska. And see the little oranges include the severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's look at the latest anything on the SPC. Nothing new there. Watch, something new. Nothing new. Yeah, we got nothing new on the SPC. We do have 18 hail reports and 2 wind reports. So, trying to get some significant hail as well. And of course, the slight risk does go as far north as Iowa and Minnesota there. So, still have a little bit left to go with this event, or tonight's event. So, you can kind of see, tracing that severe weather there in Nebraska, and it's going to make its way towards Iowa soon. So let's actually refresh, see if we can get the latest update on the HRRR. Alright, so this is the 0Z. So this goes, 0Z typically goes 48 hours out. So, right now, Nebraska, of course, the biggest threat. Nebraska and Kansas for the next few, I guess, next hour or so. And then it starts to become some severe storms there in Iowa. You can kind of see some severe storms. Let's see, this is next hour and a half, possibly. Some severe storms in Iowa developing there, possibly. And then maybe a few into Minnesota. That could possibly be severe warned. And then after that, kind of all dies off. Nothing too crazy. You kind of see it really all dies off. So, I said we have maybe 2 hours left of this main event. And we got a new severe thunderstorm warning now for Minneapolis, not Minnesota, but Minneapolis, Kansas. And this includes here, western Ottawa County. Let's see, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So, nickel-sized hail and 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So, we're starting to see an increase in threat for winds. And we actually have a report here. Let's see. 60 mile-an-hour gust report. 60 mile-an-hour wind gust report. And 1 mile east of Sylvan Grove. This source is the fire rescue. So really gusty winds, 60-mile-an-hour gusts. Or 60 miles an hour. Definitely pretty crazy. And that's the thing. Although we may not see a big tornado threat today, we're still gonna be seeing some damage with some winds here and as well hail. So still significant for some people who are affected by this. You can kind of see, you can just tell by the structure, this is a big wind event here. You can kind of see this straight line of winds kind of pushing your Lincoln there. Beverly, you guys better get hit some really gusty winds here. So definitely would consider taking shelter if you guys are in the area, because even though you should, I mean, obviously it's pretty late, nothing crazy, there is going to be some hail within the region, just under an inch or so, and as well as some pretty gusty winds, over 70 mile an hour. So that is definitely pretty gusty winds for sure. Alright, guys, I'm probably gonna stream for the next 50 minutes or so, because that's when we get to the 3 hour mark. So I want to kind of save all my energy for tomorrow's stream. So I'm probably gonna stream for the next 50 minutes. But of course, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, I would really appreciate if you guys subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm trying to get to 6,000 as fast as possible, but I cannot do it without you guys and your support. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, I am planning on streaming tomorrow as well. So if you guys want to get information tomorrow, if you live in Western Dixie Valley or Ozarks or even the Midwest, I would consider subscribing, because I will be streaming on this event tomorrow. And I think there is a chance for an enhancer, likely. Some pretty good conditions, though. Very little cap expected for tomorrow's event. As this event's going to start closing off very soon. I think we have maybe 2 hours left for maybe severe thunderstorm warnings to be issued here. We will get some storms near Iowa, Minnesota late tonight here in the next 2 hours or so. But again, that's not going to be anything too crazy. We may get like 1 or 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. I mean, obviously, the more intense storms are going to happen here in Kansas and Nebraska. So, I made a stream for the next 50 minutes or so. But again, we did get a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust there near Southern Grove. And that was actually, the source of that was actually the fire rescue. So, very gusty within this big, thunderstorm. And that's exactly why we do have a severe thunderstorm warning there for Minneapolis. And there's actually a chance we may get one. I mean, I think there's even a chance to get extended a little bit more to the south here, because I think you can kind of see this whole section as well. It's going to get some really strong numbers there on DBZ, getting over 60 decibels there. So pretty heavy rain in that region. Oh boy, I'm definitely tired though. This stream definitely caught me off guard. Even though I knew I was going to stream today, I don't know. But yeah, gotta definitely see some scatter storm for the next, let's actually refresh this to get the latest update here on the HRR. So this is the 0Z. So you can start seeing the storms still across Kansas. And they're obviously going to continue throughout Kansas, but they won't be actually severe by then. I mean, they're most likely not going to produce that many severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is going to still be overnight. It's early tomorrow morning, like at 4 a.m. all that. See, this is the next 3.5 hours, and I'm definitely not going to stream that time. I'm probably going to start streaming within the next hour. But yeah, we're starting to be seeing some severe storms across Kansas and even Missouri, and even parts of Nebraska tonight, of course. But again, the worst of it's going to kind of... The worst of it's happening. I guess the worst of it already happened, where we had the peak of 7 warnings at once. But we're still seeing some pretty strong storms right now across Nebraska. But I don't see the point in tracking this whole event when we have tomorrow still left. There's a reason why not many people are live streaming this event. I know not that many people are even streaming this at all. Regardless. I'm definitely going to be streaming. I definitely knew today was going to be that crazy, but I still wanted to stream it. Because, slight risks can somehow be crazy. Like we saw yesterday, the slight risk yesterday was pretty crazy. I mean, we did see some pretty strong storms yesterday. And see some pretty strong ones right now. I mean, we just got a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust there near, was it Southern Grove? Yeah, Southern Grove. And still seeing, we actually got 2.5-inch size hail earlier, so still pretty big little event so far today. You can see some scattered areas of over. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to go to hail. So you can see some scattered areas of over an inch. So you see pretty widespread hail today, obviously. A lot of these have hail. A lot of these have very gusty winds. It's exactly why we do have a slight risk, of course, for winds and hail. Again, no tornadoes today. Let's check a look at the latest reports here. So let me find the SPC. There we go. So reports. Let me refresh this really quickly here. We have 20 hail reports and 2 wind reports, 0 tornado reports. This is a pretty nice, this definitely has a wall cloud formation because the heaviest precipitation almost at the very beginning there. So that's definitely a wall cloud right here. That's exactly why it has 70 miles an hour as a hazard. I mean, boy, those storms can just be monsters, over 80 miles an hour possibly in some of those. And of course, if you guys have not already done so, be sure to like the stream, guys. We are at 30 likes. I don't know why we have 6 dislikes, but we do. But be sure we're at 31 likes now. So be sure to like the stream, guys. I really would appreciate it if we can get to 50 likes by the end of the stream. I would really, really appreciate it. We have not had a warning in Nebraska in quite a while here. It's kind of towards Kansas right now, where we had those actual main severe thunderstorm warnings here. We have some pretty intense storms in Nebraska, but they're not worth getting warned, at least for now. At least according to the National Weather Service, that's what they think. Let's go quickly to Nebraska and see what we have in general. I want to go up there really quickly and see what we have. Let's go to let's see. I don't know where I want to go on this. Let's see. I guess I can just go to North Platte on Nebraska or Hastings. Let's go to Hastings real quickly. See what we got up there in Nebraska. Our little neighbors over here. Very little warnings though. I'm glad my Wi-Fi has been pretty good overall today. I'm definitely proud in that. You see, we got some storms. Obviously, the storms are not over in Nebraska. They're just not worth getting severe warned. I mean, very little hail. I mean, we're getting hail less than let's see, less than half an inch. There's still some pretty intense storms, but they're just not worth getting warned. Let's go back to Kansas though. Back to Kansas we go. Let's go to Wichita. Actually, I wonder what Topeka's showing. I've not checked that radar site at all today, actually. And it's pretty darn close to that Minneapolis severe storm. Sophie, I think it is just you who's watching, even though it shows 15 people watching. You see, look at the Topeka showing a whole just a line now. So this is going to be just mainly winds now, not much hail whatsoever. So even the hail's going to start decreasing at this point. You can see the Australian wind with this. Some small areas with some slight amount of rotation there. Again, very little hail now. Nothing's over an inch at this moment. So this is all becoming one little linear storm, which is what the HRR was showing. You can kind of see they kind of show these severe storms, like little potential smaller storms, and now they show getting all to one little linear storm. So at this point, the main event's definitely over. I mean, we're still going to get some severe weather up into the upper Midwest tonight, like Iowa or Minnesota, where we have a slight risk, but that's going to kind of be more toward the next 2 hours or so. So, this main event's definitely over. I'm going to, like I just say, stream probably for the next 40 minutes still. just to hit that 3 hour mark. Let's see these really gusty winds. These are obviously straight line winds there. Now getting inch-sized hail though near the Hollywood area up to 1.09. See, this stream's definitely pretty dead. What can I say? This stream's definitely dead. That's right. Smaller streams are pretty cool. We're getting now another area, actually getting now 1.3 inch size hail. So I guess I jinxed it. This hail is still pretty intense near the Hollywood area, not Hollywood, but Holyrood area in Cleffin. But yeah, we're really continuing to watch this severe storms near Nebraska. Now towards the central portion of the state, now getting into the northeastern portion of the states. But it's kind of all becoming one part of like a small QLCS, because there is a cold front to the west. So this is kind of forming all on the cold front basically. So it is a QLCS. So once this becomes a QLCS, the main threat will most likely be the winds. Of course, not even hail is really a big threat with QLCSs. It's like, I mean, according to Topeka, we're seeing some areas of slight amounts of rotation. But that's a completely different scenario according to Wichita. Let's go to Wichita real quick and show you guys what they're showing here. Oops, I did not want to do that. So let's go to Wichita. So let's see what, yeah, see, Wichita is not showing that rotation at all, though. Very different scenario. Still showing that inside tail, though. Yeah, not really any rotation. This is just straight winds there, of course. Hail, very similar numbers, 1.25, so very similar to the Wichita radar site. And of course, if you guys have not already subscribed, I would appreciate if you guys did subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 6,000 subscribers very, very soon, as fast as possible. You know, guys, I'm most likely going to end the stream very, very soon because this activity is kind of all winds now. Even the hail's kind of starting to die off a little bit. Pretty good amount of winds are starting to get canceled. See, I mean, we have like one small area of over an inch. And it's all becoming one part of QLCS. I mean, I did stream the main events here, and it seems as if a lot of people have jumped off the stream here. So I may end the stream within the next 10 to 15 minutes because if anything, I'm just gonna save all my energy for tomorrow. A lot of people have just jumped off the stream right now. Only got 12, 11 people watching. And those 10, 11 people have been on here basically the whole time. So they've basically been warned, and they basically have watched this whole stream here. So they've all got their information so far. Hail's still increasing a little bit near the Great Bend area. Same storm that's been there for a while, so some big time flooding. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for joining in. Hopefully tomorrow's stream's a lot more active, guys, because I'm trying to get as many people as informed here. And yeah, obviously a lot of people got informed today, but you know. Let's see. You're super welcome, guys, for streaming. No need to thank me. Thank you guys for all joining in. I'm probably gonna stream for like the next 5 minutes or so. Gonna have to see. I have to wait for some of these to get canceled here, and then I'll probably end it. So I'm gonna end it within the next 5-10 minutes of stream here. So gonna see what these severe thunderstorm warnings do. So we're still seeing some pretty decent-sized hail there to the south near Hollywood and near Clayton and Hitchman. We have up to possibly an inch there. And to the south, another area near Dundry and Pawnee Rock, we have over 1.3 inch sized hail. But I'm also not sure why the stream has 6 dislikes. I'm also not sure why we lost, what was it, 10 subscribers in the stream. We were at 768 at some point. And then we got 6 dislikes, obviously. So, let's see. This warning here has been reduced here, and it's no longer includes no longer includes Ash Grove or Sylvan Grove. So if you guys are in those areas, you guys are no longer in that warning. So this one's about seems as if this one's going to soon extend the warnings towards the east here. But these sort of so slow moving. These warnings are going to stay here for a while. So these are just slow moving storms. It's okay, Harrison. Glad you're back. But I'm probably going to end it very, very soon here. I mean, this main event's definitely over. This severe weather's going to last all night long. And obviously, I want to save all my energy. Or not all night long, but for the next few hours, even up in Iowa, Minnesota. And I still want to stream tomorrow. And I kind of want to have all my energy saved for tomorrow, too. I want to do a 5-hour stream tonight and then have a longer stream tomorrow night. But I'm not really sure why we lost 10 subscribers and got 7 dislikes. Not sure about that. I don't know. Yeah, these warnings won't move anytime soon here, but let's look at this here. We got a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust there near Graham. Another one, 52 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour. Seeing some really gusty winds on the backside of these storms. Really nice amount to shear there, like we were talking about. Really gusty winds for sure. I don't know. We just lost 10 subscribers out of nowhere on this stream here, like rapidly out of nowhere here. I'm not sure if it's bots. I have no idea. Because for some reason, like, there's like weird, like, my likes like decreased like so much out of nowhere. It's like, I don't know. We lost like 4 subscribers like in a second, so it's kind of like really weird, really weird. The sub count's just been off today. For sure. Hopefully this is not the same scenario tomorrow, though. But yeah, I hope you guys are all enjoying the stream so far. It's going to most likely end very soon. Like I did say, I'm kind of save all my energy for tomorrow. Because again, tomorrow's going to definitely be a more significant day. And obviously, probably going to be leading to a longer stream. Because I'm going to start streaming earlier tomorrow. It's probably going to be maybe a 4 or 5 hour stream tomorrow. So it's definitely going to be a long day. This is all kind of turning into like one huge QLCS. So it's gonna be mainly wind threat. There's gonna be some small, frequent, or not frequent, but some small little cells that can possibly get over an inch. But this hail is most likely to start decreasing as we go throughout tonight. So it is already past 10 o'clock here. So I'm probably gonna, let's see. We just hit the 2.5 hour mark. So I'm gonna stream for like 5 more minutes, guys. So 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna end the stream, guys, because this main event's over. Also, rarely anybody's actually watching it. This actual stream here, so I'm kind of save all of this for tomorrow. All my energy is gonna be saved for tomorrow because, like I said, tomorrow's gonna be a pretty long stream. Seeing some small areas of some rotation here, nothing too crazy though. Again, this is mainly all straight line winds. It's really seeing some really heavy rain though across this whole linear area. So Claflin, all the way down to Great Bend, still getting some heavy rain down there for, I mean, at least an hour now. So that's exactly why flooding is going to be a big threat. Gonna start getting that really heavy rain now near Beverly, Westfall, getting some really heavy rain out there as well. Check look at the, you're seeing some small amounts of hail there near Westfall, getting around just over half an inch, getting as well some hail there near Clifton, just over half an inch similar there, and just over an inch near the areas near, what is that? That's Pawnee Rock. What is that? 1.01. So just over an inch there. Right at an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and close out some of these tabs here since I'm going to be ending these streams soon. I'm going to go ahead and get out the Midwest. Yeah, we went to 5.75 again. Oh well. It is what it is. Again, guys, like I said, this is going to continue throughout the next few hours. I mean, even going to eastern Kansas, we're going to see some pretty... It's all going to kind of become one little QLCS here. You can kind of see, if I can show you guys there. It's all going to kind of become one little linear storm. So, this is not going to be over anytime soon. So, ending it now really won't be a big difference here. There's still going to mainly be severe thunderstorm warnings, but just for wind, basically. And you can't really forecast winds here, basically. I mean, you can forecast the hail, but you can't forecast winds here. Like, it's not like we got, like, a wind detector here, or, like, it shows you the amount of winds. Alright, guys, I'm going to end the stream in 2 minutes, so if you guys have any last thing to say, go ahead and ask those questions before I end the stream. Of course, I will be streaming tomorrow. As well, if you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to make any donations, but yeah. So the stream will be ending in 2 minutes, guys. So if you guys have any last minute questions, because of course I'm getting tired. Even though it's only 10 o'clock. It's only 10 o'clock, obviously, but I want to save all this energy for tomorrow. I've said that multiple times because I know tomorrow's going to be a very long stream. Sadly, I know it's going to be very long. But also, you got to keep people updated because tomorrow could very well be enhanced for some people. Specifically, like Arkansas. That's, I mean, an area that can possibly have an enhanced risk. Eastern portion of the state there. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, guys. It was definitely a roller coaster, for sure. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do thank you for those who did watch this stream. I really appreciate it. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel. I will be live streaming tomorrow night and tomorrow afternoon. If you live in Western Dixie Alley, I would recommend subscribing and hit the bell icon so you can get notified when I live stream, so you can get the latest updates. As well, smash the like button if you really enjoy the stream. I do apologize for streaming a little bit, I do apologize for ending this early. Again, I'm really exhausted, and it's becoming more of a wind event now because it's all becoming more linear. So this really won't be anything interesting here. But